You mentioned DL, like your first start, you got DL was coming to the Columbus Funny Bone and you reached out to him and he put you on. I think you have a story with Mike Epps. What's some of the best advice? Because DL has been at this thing 30, 40 years. Mike Epps been at this thing 25, 30 years. What's some of the best advice these guys giving you?
Some of the best advice I've ever been given is, not to quote Nike, but like just do it.
Yes.
Like sometimes you'll have an idea of a piece of content you want to film, maybe it's a script idea or just a joke idea. You run it by a friend and they'll be like, I don't get it. And you're like, now you find yourself arguing of why you don't get it. Like, no, I'm trying to convince you it's this. And they're like, just stop. My friend Eric Griffin told me, he was like, stop trying to convince me. Just do it.
Right.
Like go on stage or go film the thing that you have an idea for. Nobody else is inside your brain. Nobody can picture and visualize exactly what you're trying to create, which is exactly why they're not in your shoes.
Right,
so
correct.
you have to go show them and go do it. You got to gamble on yourself. If you're not committed to your own decisions, why would anybody trust them in the first place?
Right.
So I mean, I believe in just betting on yourself. And what's another good piece of advice somebody's given? Ralphie May used to tell me not to wear cool shoes on stage. He used to tell me, he was like, yeah, it's distracting from what people are trying to say. I'm like, you're 400 pounds. You don't think people are distracted by what you're saying right now? He was a little wrong on that one, but he was a cool dude. You ever get a chance to meet him?
I have not met Ralphie, but I hear great stories about him.
The best guy. He was like my first real mentor. Like he took me on my first theater tour when I was 19. I used every bit of that check to pay for my teeth to get done immediately. He was the best. Even when I was still living in Ohio, he would let me drive down from Ohio to Nashville where he lived and do his Christmas shows with him at Zany's so that he could pay me some money so I could go back to Ohio and buy my family Christmas presents with him. Wow. He was the nicest guy. When I moved to LA, he'd take me out to lunch and he'd make me order like 5 meals. And I'm like, is this for me or for you? And he was like, no, this is yours. If you order 5 meals now, you get to take the leftovers home with you.
Right.
And now you don't got to buy groceries this week.
Wow.
He was the nicest guy, man. Fat as
yeah.
Man, because I'm sleeping middle bunk on the bus, and he will walk by, open the curtain, fart in the bunk, and then go back to his room. Diabolical, man. But the greatest guy.
Yeah. You mentioned that the Uptown Comedy store in Atlanta, Uptown Comedy Club in Atlanta. How did the Atlanta scene? Because, man, you know, I think as a comedian, you have to be able to branch off. You have to be able to get black people to laugh, white people to laugh, young people to laugh, men to laugh, women to laugh. It doesn't matter because funny is funny.
Yeah.
And you have to, and so you coming up and they looking at this, man, that young ass white kid, they try to make me laugh. Because we laugh different.
Of course. It's more fulfilling to get black people to laugh, I gotta say.
Because white people laugh.
Yes.
Black people, no!
Yeah. Ow, 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 ow. God damn it, Shannon.
That's how we laugh. We all,
It's
man,
so
we stand on top.
It's the best, man. But when y'all don't with us, you don't with us. There's no pity laughter. Boo from the back. They don't care, man. It's so fulfilling.
We don't.
So to get to like grow up in comedy in that kind of do or die environment, it definitely helped me like carve my chops. Like had I not done that, I never could have done Wild 'N Out. Right. Like Atlanta's full of beasts, man. Like I saw Ryan Davis come on here talk about Ronnie Jordan and everything. I mean, even Special K back in the day. Like anybody who went through Def Jam at all, I opened for them in Atlanta.
Right.
So I'm open. I'm getting to open for like Def Jam crowds. In the middle of Atlanta when I'm 15, 16 years old. It was the best possible place to cut my chops, man. Had I gotten Wild 'N Out like 2 years before when I originally auditioned for it, there's no way I could have survived, man. I couldn't have hung with like Carlos Miller, Chico Bean, DC on Fly. There's no way. Those guys are absolute beasts, man. Atlanta's an amazing comedy scene. They really don't get the credit they deserve.
Because you have to be out the cut.
But the comedy scene's amazing. Drive into Atlanta.
Yeah, because when you think about it, you got Quake, you got Bruce, you got Arnez J, you got what's the guy from St. Louis?
Torrey?
No, the guy that came on here.
Oh, Sid.
Sid the Entertainer was the big guy.
I love Sid.
Crawford.
LaBelle Crawford. Yeah.
LaBelle.
DC Curry.
Man.
I mean, you got the heavyweights.
DC Curry, as a matter of fact, going back to great advice, I was open for him at the Cleveland Improv, and I was watching his show. And you know, he's a really great storyteller.
Yes.
Right? He can sit in 5 minutes of silence building up to this one big punchline. I remember going back in the green room afterwards, just so naive, and I asked him, I was like, you know, there's so much silence in the storytelling that you're doing up there. Does it ever feel weird that like, does it ever feel like you're like bombing up there? Yeah. And he just started laughing to himself and he was like, no, I'm not bombing. He was like, I've got their attention. Mm-hmm. He's like, silence is one of the most powerful things you can have in stand-up comedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if they're quiet, they're listening. Mm-hmm. It's when they start talking amongst themselves. It's when they start heckling. That's when you have a problem. He was like, patience and timing is what I'm building up for that one big punchline. That never really occurred to me. I thought comedy was supposed to be like boom, boom, boom,
yes.
boom. It doesn't have to be like that. If your style is storytelling, grasp them, you know what I mean? Grab their attention, hold them for that one big moment. That's so powerful.
Because some people are storytellers. Some people, you know, 30 seconds, they boom, it's gone. Some people, it take a couple of minutes in order to build up to that crescendo, and then boom.
Yeah. My set now is like a perfect mix of that. Like, I love stories. I'd say 45 minutes of my set right now is just stories. Like, I need you to follow me on that ride. I got to practice that patience and timing.
But you like that rapid fire sometimes too, that bam, bam,
and that's just for me. You know what I mean? That's where like the crowd work is kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like, that's something new and refreshing I get to do every show that's just kind of spontaneous for me, you know? Mixes up the set a little bit. Because like I said, you can get tired of your own set.
So at 17, I think if I'm not mistaken, you decided to go to LA. And you're famous. So how was that received? You're like, Mom, Grandpa, I'm about to be like Jed Clampett. I'm about to move to Beverly.
Jed Clampett. Wow. What a reference.
I'm about to move up. I'm about to move up out of here. I'm going to Cali. I'm going to, maybe not Beverly Hills, but I'm getting up out of Ohio.
They were so ready, man. My mom was like, one less mouth to feed. Perfect. Okay. They were so supportive because like nobody in my hometown leaves that hometown. Right. And I knew nobody in my family has also ever been to college. So there was no like expectation. It was like, okay, here's this thing that you're already kind of traveling to do. You're already making a little bit of money doing it. You're really passionate about it. We think you're good at it. So by all means, you've got some good mentors out there. I went out there. I lived on Eric Griffin's couch for the first like 6 months I was out there. And then I moved to another friend's couch. And then I moved to a what's that website called? So you can go on and just find anything up for listing. Craigslist. Yes. Craigslist couch. I did the whole couch surfing thing for like 2.5, 3 years. Taking the bus. Like I had to grow up so fast. I didn't know about paying bills. I didn't know about grocery
You didn't know
shopping.
anybody in LA.
I knew a couple of people, just comedians though. Just comedians I have met online or during that first trip to LA that were like, when you get out here, let me know. And I was lucky enough that they fulfilled those promises.
Wow.
Yeah, and I used to just walk to either the Improv, the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory every single night and just hang out. Like just wait and see if maybe somebody didn't show up for their spot and then somebody there would vouch for me and be like, you know, let this kid fill the 5 minutes until so-and-so gets here. And that's really how I like built up to being like, I think I'm the youngest regular performer at the Laugh Factory besides Tiffany Haddish.
Wow.
Yeah, just from hanging out and people vouching, man. It was an amazing opportunity. And just getting to hang out with everybody who I'd seen on TV and that like made me want to do this it was amazing, man.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before two something.